Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named
What?
Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Uh, I don't care.
I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Uh,
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet
woohoo!
chambers.
Sounds like
We're
I'm
going.
Here we go.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
I'm waiting for you. Take your time. Ah, the council.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Captain, that's the president of the
I
colony.
don't care.
Vanguard.
Certainly comfortable speaking your mind now, aren't you? Not an unwelcome quality considering the circumstances. Regardless, let's get to business. We have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data. currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Yeah, I don't
Duly
know.
noted, Captain.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
Whoa.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain.
Let's do more.
As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Yeah.
That is worth considering.
Who are you?
This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Of course. Give them to me. I think more people need to die.
Agreed. We collect as much data as we can, then, when cooler heads prevail, we make an informed decision.
I wasn't asking you.
Yes, given what we've heard, I find myself in agreement, Captain.
No, the Captain is precisely right. We could hardly be expected to make a galaxy-affecting decision on such scant evidence.
Yes, a fair assessment, Chief Diplomat. So then, while the data you two have presented is compelling, I think we can safely say it's insufficient for the level of action you've requested. Perhaps once we've... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs.
More attacks.
That's convenient timing.
Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanners somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, you can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, man.
What?
Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Sir. You guys all have it. Look at this guy. Heard there was a problem. I have a solution. 5 and 6 clear the hole. Sir. Yes, sir. There's panic. What?
Stop! We're trying to help
What?
you!
What? Why are they all weird?
Stop!
What are you doing? Punch him in the face!
That's it. Now hit him with everything you've got.
What?
I don't even need a gun.
Now, why don't you back up?
Let me go. Looks like the last of them.
What are you doing? EM fire, Captain.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Thank God you got here when you did. I just wish it hadn't come to that.
Yeah, what the hell happened back there, Captain? There's no excuse for using lethal force here. Or you could have used the EM gun like you were ordered. These are lives you're playing with here. So get your head in the game. Understand? Now,
I'll blow your head off too.
officer, the way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet.
Music
Kill the
make you
morph,
lose
you
control.
break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. Well, you better keep that EM weapon loaded then. Now let's move.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Take the net to the spaceport. Alright, fine. I won't gun down everybody. If it starts getting ugly, they're hitting the floor. Alright. Gotta use up all my ammo too. Come on. Come on. Alright, let's go to the spaceport.
Something's out there.
You think?
No time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move.
An evacuation order has been issued for
Oh, oh, sure. Now you want me to stash? Yep. Oh, yeah. Aren't you cool?
required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Come on, let's go.
You might back up. Just stand there.
at him go. I'm lucky. Here. How's that? Why are you bad? Oh no, he's... No. Yeah, calm him right down. Why are you coming after me? What do you think I am? Why? Yeah, that's right. What? Talking to me? Oh. I mean, I don't know what your problems are here.
Never say never.
I'll get it. Yeah. Yeah, he's after me. He's got adhesive. Feel a little funny.
Officer, are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we
Look
can.
at all this. You got here a drum beat. Okay. Modified maelstrom. So I'm gonna need all this ammo. Do I have a maelstrom? That. You got anything, officer? No. Sir.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You said the word. We're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
Is that Commander Shepard? Yeah, I want you out there.
Roger that. We're on you.
I think that might be him. That'd be low-key epic if they got him as a voice
Set aside anything
in this
useful
game.
and just leave the rest.
Sir, we're ready to fight the Terramorphs. There he is. Could use a big sniper rifle. Where could I be? Oh, he's angry. Oh, he's really angry. Hey. Well, hey.
Stop! Stop! Don't shoot! We're friendly!
you gonna talk? What? Really? Ow. Here, have that. Creepy. Here, have that. Just take my grenade. You want it more than I do. Stop running from my grenades. What's this thing? That thing's got some pop. Alright. Give him the sedative. Where's my ship, by the way? My ship better be nice and stowed off in holding. There it is. That's right, stay away. Go over there. Everybody dead? Ah, there. Hey! Ow! Ooh, actually. That thing on fire. You ain't no thing. You ain't no thing. Nothing. Amateur.
All wrapped up. We should go tell the sergeant what happened.
Minimal casualties. We should tell the sergeant. Why isn't the sergeant out here? Yeah, great work, Sarge.
Heavens, you're back in one piece. I guess our people weren't so lucky.
Couldn't have done it without you.
If that's a joke, I'm not laughing.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's over the line, Captain. But regardless, the city owes you both a debt.
My problem, they couldn't hack it.
We were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
I don't like my humor. We'll clean this place up, no problem. Sir, what happened out there?
In the middle of something here.
I don't know what. It'll be alright, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know what you were. Whatever. We've got to report to the President. Were there any missions?
Whole building's on lockdown.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh.
Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
When you see security lose
there
its
you are.
officer, I make it my
Captain?
responsibility to call the
Hadrian?
family.
It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
I had some ideas on that front, Captain, but we'll get to that. Now, after today's events, the cabinet has decided to revisit its previous decision. We will be supporting your collection of the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. Get you access to those credits and real estate you're after. So, will you help us?
No.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
The next time Terramorphs rear their ugly heads, UC is going to be ready.
The things we do here.
Who are you?
I'm gonna go check in with Chief
Benefits all of
Engineer
humanity.
Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for
Why
that
is
data.
Fabio here?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it really Terramorphs?
Yeah.
In the city?
Speak to Deputy McIntyre. She'll point you towards what needs to be done next.
These orders can't be. Yes. Yes, sir. Consider it done. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also told the President wants us to get you into the Armistice Archives ASAP. So, we've got no time to waste. You know what the archives are, correct? It was a mutual agreement, but I suppose you touch on the spirit of it. So, you also know then that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done. I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate. And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative. But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varoon? Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
Yes.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code. Huh. Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the Ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell. So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Report suggests there's a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for intel. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Okay.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
Okay. What?
Captain, would you...
Oh, yeah.
Official line is that you're to negotiate with her. My suggestion is to access the listening device in her quarters to get She's also got a staff member that might be more sympathetic.
What? Oh, I've got to get both of them briefed?
Captain, would you like to... Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varoon retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varoon thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cultural beliefs.
Of course, but there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting. Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
No. I'm not going to do
Yes, what? Pardon?
Wow, wow, wow! Alright, actually for the time being, I have to stop. So it's a quick, short one, but I'll be back in 90 minutes or so. Till then.